Dear children, today we are continuing with the chapter Nicobobinus, chapter 2. Oh, said Nicobobinus, and he lay there in the pitch blackness with not a single breath left in his body for what seemed like the whole winter but was probably only a few seconds. He came to himself, in fact, just as a stone hit him on the head. Oof, said Nicobobinus again, and then realized he could hear footsteps high above him. Stop, sir, he called out, but the footsteps kept on coming down. Nicobobinus lay still in the complete darkness where he was fallen. Then many thoughts came to his mind. For a few seconds he thought that he was breathless, as people feel in winter. Very soon he got his senses back as a stone hit him on the head. Then suddenly Nicobobinus realized the footsteps high above him, and he asked the person who was coming down. "Aha, I have got you now," cried the man, "and I shall beat every bone in your body until it is black and—" Nicobobinus supposed the man was going to say blue, but in fact the next word that uttered sounded more like buff. It was not a word with which Nicobobinus was at all familiar, but he understood its meaning perfectly and moved smartly out of the way. "Crash! Are you all right?" he asked. There was silence. The man was so angry and told him that finally he got Nicobobinus, and now he should break or beat every bone in his body, and suddenly he discontinued his speech. Nicobobinus thought that the man was going to say blue after black, but the man would not speak out the next word. Instead, he uttered some word, but Nicobobinus was not familiar with that. Anyway, Nicobobinus understood its meaning, that the man was in trouble, and he moved forward. Nicobobinus just heard the sudden loud noise and asked. Everything was all right, but there was complete silence. Nicobobinus felt his way back in the pitch dark until his hand touched the man's leather jerkin. The man was lying still as death, but he was breathing. "I must help," said Nicobobinus to himself, and he began groping around in the blackness to find another way out. When he found it, however, his heart sank. The only exit appeared to be a narrow gap down by the floor, no more than a foot high. Now Nicobobinus was just walking in the complete darkness. Suddenly his hand touched the man's leather jerkin. Jerkin means jacket. It seemed that the man was dead, but he was breathing. Nicobobinus thought that he must help him and started searching in the dark the other way to get out. Finally, he found the way to get out. He became very happy. He got the narrow gap down by the floor, which was hardly a foot high. "I can swim through that in the pitch dark," he said to himself. But at that very moment, he heard Rosie's cheerful voice saying, "You can do it." Nicobobinus span round, and there, to his immense surprise, was nothing. No Rosie, nobody, no anybody. "But I don't know if it leads anywhere," he said to the voice in his head. "And it's such tight squeeze I might get stuck." Nicobobinus thought that he can't swim. Swim means to twist or mold the body. He cannot move through the narrow passage, which was the only way in the darkness. But in the next moment, he heard Rosie's voice saying that he could do anything. Nicobonus moved around, but to surprise, nobody was there. Now Nicobonus was confused that whether he should go out through that way. Nicobonus said to himself that it was a tight quiz, means a difficult caused by limited time or place. He was knowing that it will be very difficult for him to go through that way and he might get stuck in it. So this is only for today's class. I hope you understood. You just read the chapter and understand it, and I shall give you the meanings all together and read the chapter for 5 times. Take care and thank you.